But what we came to find out is
that you are a cum-swallowing whore.
Wait a minute!
I know way too much about that.
Pause. I am a lady. Did you hear that, T.O.D.? Ignore her. I'm a lady.
Okay, guys. So you guys don't even know this. This is the first time that we've actually publicly announced or even spoken to it.
Yes.
But officially July 5th and then every first Thursday going forward, Podcast These Nuts are going to be hosting live events.
Press. Cardi don't need more press. Kill them all, put them hoes to rest. Walk in bulletproof vest. Please tell me who she gon' check. Murder scene, Cardi made a mess. Pop up, guess who, bitch? Pop up, guess who, bitch? Ding dong. Must be that whip that I ordered. And a new crib for my daughter. You know a bad bitch gon' spoil her. Got one in New York, need one in Georgia. New Bentley truck cause a quarter.
I was sitting on the corner. Do we look really light skinned?
Half right. That's good. I'm real dark.
Because I was gonna say, because that would really help Ali out.
You're welcome.
You know what I mean?
Oh, by the way, we're
All y'all
recording.
see my teeth be like.
oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm
I
real
don't need
dark.
all the white balance with them teeth. I just match them to yours. Hi, guys.
What's
Oh
up?
boy, here we go.
So I know we don't have a lot of energy, but it's primarily because since these two have walked in here, they've sucked the life out of us.
Wow.
Out.
Wow.
Okay.
You do the
Guys,
I can't even, like,
I had to lay on the floor, okay, and say, please.
Yeah. White flag.
That's how to do it.
We don't take hostages.
They're mean, guys.
We don't take
I
hostages.
think they're kind of past mean at this point.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm really nervous.
Yes.
Guys, so,
very.
But yeah.
Want to get started?
So I almost forgot to tell them what show they're on because
What's
I'm
the
thrown
show?
off.
What we doing? We here. Let's
What's
go.
going on, y'all? It's your girl Jodie with the TV Takeover, host of My Life, Your Life is right because we doing it. Roll wheel and all the way live.
Might as well start that over.
I was waiting for the beat to drop.
I thought you was going to go right back into it. She's like, whoa, where are we going with this?
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Jodie with the TV Takeover, host of My Life, Roll Real, all the way live and podcast these nuts. And why is he shaking? Okay, to my right, he's being disrespectful.
What? Podcast these nuts.
Wow. And to my right is
Wendy.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing, y'all?
This is, guys, Wendy, this was your idea.
I know.
Okay? This was
because I thought they would be great.
Splash water stinks.
But they're mean.
Not at all.
No.
We're regular. We're here. It's all love.
Guys,
you gonna
episode 21 podcast
21.
Nuts. We have 21.
21.
Thank you.
21.
We have some special guests in the house.
Yeah.
To my left is Splash Waters.
Hey.
Hey.
Let the water drop.
And then
Let that water drop.
Like they get a dance.
they
What?
dance too.
Wow.
And then to the back of me, behind me, you probably can't see him because he needs a little bit of a high chair. Sorry, we didn't have one in stock. This is Ali the Great. Welcome, Ali and Splash Waters.
So you really said the great after that? Like
because I feel like I took him down.
Okay.
Wow.
So Michelle
So
said when they
back.
go low, we go high. So I ended with the Ali the Great. You
That's
see how I
nice.
did that?
You did that.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks.
That's nice.
I'm
The
nice
hate's
to our
real.
guests.
The hate is real. Somebody had their hate
Thank
real
you
this morning.
guys. Thank you for coming. So you guys are from the podcast
Don't tell my lady.
Don't Tell My Lady. So
Wait. Pause. Guys.
What?
we have
Yeah.
questions.
So
Already? Wait, before we get into the questions, I just want to go on record and say this is a amazing setup.
Oh,
You guys
truly
amazing.
Thank you.
thank you, guys.
I love it. You guys took an idea, ran with it, and it's beautiful. What you guys are doing.
Did you want to talk a little bit about the source and the foundation of that idea? How
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. How'd it come about?
So guys, first of all, I'm really excited. Like I've been patient because we didn't want to like kind of start with it, but you know how on every single You know how on every single show she brings up the DOD, the Dick on Demand? Guys, for the first time on Podcast These Nuts, the DOD!
Wow, this is what we're doing.
Guys.
Hi, everyone.
So, yeah, that's the DOD, guys.
I guess that should
face
have been
to a name.
that should have been in the that should have been one of the questions, right? But we don't address these things. That's what it is. Good thing I don't get embarrassed, uncomfortable for no reason. Yeah, you know.
I was excited. I had to bring the correlation. I had to connect the dots.
Or we could have just said, hey, these are two guests from the podcast. Don't tell my lady.
True.
We could have done that too. That was an option.
Uber Eats ain't got nothing on car, huh? Delivering it, boy. Delivering.
So yeah, how do you feel about this podcast?
Their podcast?
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, they talk about all sorts of things about guys and gentlemen and dad. You know, their whole, one of the things that they talked about is, you know, trying to teach the youth. So he'll probably even teach you about
At the park.
fucking your neighbor, huh? What?
The park. The park. The park.
Fucking in the park.
A neighbor?
Fucking in the park, y'all.
Wait.
All right. So whatever.
I need to know what.
We discussed about messing with. Have you ever messed with one of your neighbors?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
That was one of their discussion. One of their
We
topics.
were talking about have you ever messed with a neighbor? Have you ever messed with the neighbor?
Okay.
And should you mess with a neighbor?
Okay.
Yeah.
And the dangers of messing with a neighbor.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Why you shouldn't shit when you eat?
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay.
You know,
So you're talking from personal experience?
Personal experience giving the young kings some advice.
Words of advice.
You know?
Okay.
Don't do
okay.
it.
Educating them.
You know what I think I like about it? I think they kind of do the male version of what we were doing, which is touching on the subjects that people, that black women, they think about, but they don't talk about.
Right.
So I think that those are conversations that are being had with
And
guys.
talk about those
guys
things,
talk
too.
about those things.
Yeah, we
So
talk
I
about
think
all
that's kind of dope. That's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
dope. So let's just 2 questions. Splash Waters, where'd you get your name from? That's very catchy.
Splash Waters.
Catchy.
Splash Waters. Honestly, when I was younger, if you really want to know, when I was younger, I wanted to be a porn star.
Splash.
Exactly. Water. Because he
I wanted to
splashed
be a porn
water,
star when I was
y'all.
younger. And
I
yes.
really was rooting for you. Like,
What?
I thought it was going to be a
Oh, you thought it was going to be,
heartfelt-
you thought it was going to be
No,
something
you
like,
wanted to be a
some
swimmer.
sort of metaphor.
swimmer? No,
I'm an Aquarius, I'm in the water. No, that's whole language.
No, that's not whole language. I said when I was younger, but then as I got older and I started to have doses of reality, and when you wake up, you splash water on your face, it's stuck. You splash water.
Yeah, splash
so-
water.
Yeah, well, I like that.
And on top of that, when I play Call of Duty, I stay wetting them up. Boom. There it is.
He meant that. Splash.
I like Ali. You're an amazing friend. All right, so that's Don't Tell My
what-
Lady, y'all. That's Don't Tell My Lady. So make sure y'all check out their podcast. Where can people find you?
Yeah.
IG, right?
YouTube. Coming soon. YouTube,
Is that right?
Facebook.
Right? All of that.
All that. So YouTube, Facebook, IG, Don't Tell My Lady. Make sure y'all check them out because they funny as hell, y'all.
Yeah, they are.
Funny and inspiring. You might learn some shit.
Yeah.
A few things.
A few
Pick up-
things.
Pick up some pointers.
Yeah, so, before we dive into this week's topic, episode 21 is Ayesha Curry bugging. So, we got to talk about that a little bit. We kind of put out like little videos about our thoughts about the whole Ayesha Curry thing, but we're going to dive into that on episode 21 and also kind of hear from the male perspective
See what
on
they
that.
think about it.
But let's recap last episode 20, the Hoe Phase.
Okay.
The whole thing.
So,
That was the first podcast, These Nuts, after dark.
The entire show.
Yeah.
The entire show.
Yeah.
So we learned a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Well, we've actually been learning a lot of things about you, friends, since episode 19.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, some of the things that was reinstated is that my friend is a reformed hoe.
I am.
We actually are going to start selling merchandise.
We're selling t-shirts, guys. One of the shirts says, I am a reformed hoe.
Hello. Monday through
Thursday,
and every other leap year. This
Not to
girl right
interrupt, but what are the things that we've learned since episode 19 about your friend Jodie?
Yes, and reformed Hoe.
Yeah. What have we learned? Do tell.
Well, friend, I have to.
What did we learn? Go ahead.
Don't lie.
We learned that my friend is
Where's Kevin Hart? We need him. Nigga!
a cum swallowing whore.
Wow.
I had to tell the truth.
Wow.
I'm a Christian.
Guys, I'm shocked and
Wow.
appalled. I'm a lady. I am shocked and appalled.
I can see why the skin glows. You see that? You see that glow in that cup? Look at that glow. Oh. Hey, that's the ladies
Shimmer God. Shimmer God.
the ladies advice. I see the glow. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, friend.
Wow.
Jodie, we're selling t-shirts. What am I going to do?
Hey, vitamin D works wonders.
Stop buying all them creams, whatever the case is.
Vitamin D.
Just swallow.
That's it.
Wow.
Jodie, oh God.
I'm sorry.
But we're selling t-shirts.
We're selling t-shirts.
That lip gloss popping though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Coming on here, guys.
Oh,
Oh, she's hungry later.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I can't. Guys.
What?
Oh God.
Thanks for watching, guys.
No, they're too much. I was nervous about them coming on because I've seen them together at functions, like when Ali does his
Game night.
his game nights. Like they're credible, incredible, off the chain. Okay.
A little bit. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So I know
like
how
the
crazy
comebacks are
Splash
like
waters are. So help me out.
Ali's kind of on the same universe.
Shit, Wendy, you should have
we got
said
double
that
trouble.
before.
We have double trouble, so this is gonna be really interesting
Surprise.
to get
Right,
their
right.
perspective on this topic. And
Yeah.
another reason why y'all gonna want to check
However,
out
I
that
do want to
podcast.
touch on, not only did we learn that my best friend is a swallowing whore, but we also actually had some really great conversations about the freedom and why is he acting like
and
a
being
ninja?
sexually liberated. It's not hoe phase. It's not being a hoe.
Right.
It's being sexually liberated. So what if I want to swallow cum?
Right.
So what?
Right.
What is the problem?
Nothing.
You eat ass? Is that not correct?
I eat ass.
Yes.
And I eat the pussy on light days.
On light days.
With a tampon. With a tampon.
You snatch that shit out with your teeth, right? Should be with us around.
You know, she get her steak.
Yeah.
How you like your steak?
Medium rare. I like it bloody, all right?
Bloody.
I mean,
I need to see the red.
I need to see the red, yeah.
I guess it's what I do.
Yup.
I have on a pad and it's already full.
Let me ask, Jodie.
Guys.
Yes, I
On light days, does it add an extra flavor? Is it like a seasoning that, you know, does it taste better to you, or
She's like, I
you
like
know, it's like a
marinara.
spice, you know?
It's not like I choose the day, but it just so happens when you're around a woman for a long, well, even just as girlfriends, your
You like the
period
spaghetti
tends to
Haitian
sink.
style with ketchup?
And that's how I make it too. Get it with ketchup on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
ketchup?
thing.
So no, anyway, so we tend to get our period around the same time. So when, you know, and on your period, that's when you're usually the horniest. So
That's what it is.
it's
it
not like I
just
choose to do it
happens.
around that time.
But we're not
It is.
calling
You
it
want it when
hoe.
you want
Jodie
it.
is not a hoe.
I am sexually
She's
liberated.
sexually liberated.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Sexually
okay?
liberated, ass eating liberation.
True.
Right.
I like
and
that.
we had two amazing guests on, Karen and
And
Sherry
Kim,
from
yeah.
After Hours. So
Yeah.
y'all make sure y'all go back and check episode 20.
Yeah.
The Hoe
Yeah.
Phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out. All right, so guys, you know, as always, every week we ask you to hashtag Ask These Nuts.
Ass these nuts. Hey, what you not gonna do is fuck up my song. This is my moment, Ali.
I don't know whether y'all say
Why
these
is he
nuts, all I can think
juggling
about
balls? Why is he juggling balls?
These nuts.
These
These
nuts.
nuts.
Oh,
These
these
nuts.
nuts. Is that what
These
that
nuts.
is? Oh,
Ass
okay.
these
These
nuts.
nuts.
Actually, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, you see?
nuts.
You see?
So-
You see?
These nuts.
Yeah.
You got questions, we got answers, okay? If there's a
Boy,
Jodie, what are you
Hey,
doing?
What is she doing? She going for the
jumping in
gooch.
the balls. You know
She
what I'm
going for the
saying?
gooch. No, she going for the gooch. She going for the gooch.
Y'all, just ask these nuts. Normally we have it together, but clearly we cannot control our guests. They are out of control.
We didn't even do anything. We just here.
That's your fault.
We just here.
You
Yo, but
picked the talent.
yeah, you did. But y'all got a 90s party coming
They're
up,
always
right?
great.
We
yes,
do.
we do.
What's up? What's
we
up?
do. July 28th, we have a 90s party coming. As a matter of fact, the flyers
There
right
it
here.
is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
So what's really dope about this 90s party is the venue. For those of you guys that follow me, as a matter of fact, I'll probably end up airing it on the show.
Yeah.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. If I got to bring it to you cowards, then it's gonna be quick. Aight, all your men that been to jail before, suck my dick. And all the motherfuckers you run with, get done with, done quick. How the fuck you going post the dog or some bum shit? Aight, they go to gun show.
The
Yes.
venue within itself is just absolutely mind blowing, like a non before venue. You pay one flat price. It's unlimited top shelf open bar.
Yep.
Unlimited pass desserts the whole night, and anything and everything 90s is happening. So we
Absolutely.
actually
What's the day?
July 28th. And it's a
Okay.
day party between 2 and 8 p.m. So
Nice.
guys,
That's dope.
Get your tickets.
get your tickets.
You wanna be there.
But we
I
do
can't-
have a special celebrity DJ.
Oh.
What's going on, everybody? It's CJ Hercules with 99 Jams, Miami's #1 for hip hop and R&B.
Yes, so the style, that person is going to be featuring at the party as well. So I'm really excited.
That's
It's
gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
And then also, every first Thursday, you can come and see us live in Gigi's Cafe in Tamarack, Florida. You know, in the AMC Sunrise
Yes,
Movie Theater
yes,
Plaza.
yes.
All right. So, there's plenty of parking.
Yes.
We have a night, y'all.
Yes.
We have an event. Okay.
So
'Cause we are
shout out
entertainers.
to the bestie. Like, she came with the idea. She was like, Jodie, I think I want to be more in touch with the people.
Yes.
I want to have an opportunity to talk to our audience, get some sort of
See, feel,
engagement.
touch.
So I was like, you mean like having an event, because I'm the creative, right? So I'm thinking about other shit. She was like, yeah, something like that. Boom, 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 boom.
The next thing you know,
Conversation.
Jodie's like, yo, we have
a night.
Gigi's Cafe.
At
we
Gigi's
have a
Cafe.
night.
Yeah.
So she made it happen.
Yeah, first
So-
show is July 5th.
Right.
And again, it's a dinner cafe.
Yep.
Or dinner
so
show. So
we have July 5th, August 1st, and September 5th
Fifth.
in Gigi's Cafe.
Yes.
So make sure you guys get your
Yes.
tickets. Get them early.
Yes.
We have the
Great date
ticket link
night.
in our bio.
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So make sure y'all come and check
No,
us
it's
out.
gonna
okay?
be dope. It's gonna be dope. I'm really
Very.
excited about it. And we have
And
popping.
Carl. Oh, I'm sorry. Deal.
Shit, is he making
Sorry.
you nervous?
One moment. Splash Waters is gonna be one of our featured guests.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm nervous about that
Salute to my brother.
because I
appreciate
can't
it.
edit out that part.
Edit
Like
what?
I
There's
can't
nothing to
edit
edit.
this show.
We
Like
ready
we're
to
gonna
go.
be live.
He's amazing.
We ready to go.
Edit.
They ready to
no
go.
edit. No edit. One take.
No,
He got
but
that.
yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have a male perspective, and the reason I think it's important to really focus on that because I don't want you to think that this is a ladies' night thing. Like this is
Yes.
a couples' night. We're gonna have guys there talking about cheating. We're gonna have guys talking about things
What
like
men want.
What men want.
Yes.
So this is definitely a unisex, whole bunch of sex type of show, and we are
Come
super
out,
excited for you guys.
eat, drink. We're gonna have a
Yes.
featured bartender.
Yes.
Upgrade your party with her
Whoop.
fat ass.
Cuban.
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it.
Yo, is it? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Cuban booty.
So make sure y'all send her extra
Yo,
tips
fellas,
when
come
y'all get to the bar.
out. Fellas, come out. Like, really, what y'all want to know is going to be a ratio of 3-to-1. Come on out. Y'all won't be disappointed.
See, he's,
And top shelf.
he's pimping.
Yeah, he's
What?
great.
He's
No,
prepared.
No, he's great.
We talking guys. Yo,
Thank
y'all
you.
know. Y'all know.
Yeah,
They know.
3-1.
That's a code back there.
I don't even
He just did a
understand
guy
it.
code.
Yeah,
Our male viewers are gonna get that.
Yeah,
that was
so,
clearly a code.
Thank you.
But no,
so yeah,
appreciate that.
Gigi's Cafe. Make sure y'all come check us out.
Yes. Yeah.
So the main topic, episode 21, is Ayesha Curry bugging.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you guys remember the exchange.
Yeah.
Ayesha Curry was on the Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
I don't remember it.
I remember
Well,
it
that's
somewhat.
don't
I don't remember
worry,
it. I don't
because
remember
we
it.
have the video for
Really?
you.
That's perfect.
Right.
Run the tape, bestie.
We will run the tape. So what Ayesha Curry was really talking about was the need to be desired.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had a lot of different opinions about it.
Because of how she said it.
Because of how she said it, when she said it, the timing and all. So we really want to know, do men and women want to be desired? So we're going to listen to Ayesha Curry and what she had to say on the Red Table Talk.
And like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not even looking. But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you. Yeah, like oh my god. I mean, because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking. But when your radar's turned off, right? That can get real dangerous. Don't ever think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Yeah, Jada, we know.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody.
Big difference, Jada and Ayesha.
Yeah, they know.
Okay. So that was Ayesha Curry, Red Table Talk. She's on with Jada
something
Pinkett
that threw
Smith.
me off.
Wait, what
and
did
I
he say?
have to address it. Ali, they were having a little conversation back there, and he was like, so Splashwater said,
yeah, Jada, we know.
And then Ali said, yeah, but there's a big difference between Jada and Ayesha. What's the difference? I'm really curious. What's the difference?
Jada got a lot more sex appeal.
Oh,
you think so?
I think so.
I thought it was a big difference because of the rumors of Will and Jada having swinger relations.
What? That's a big difference too.
So that makes you more sexually appealing.
Right, and Jada was messing with somebody recently. August Alsina.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
August Alsina. Yeah. But he said something like that's his spiritual wife or something. Like she's there for him in some way.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was young and the older chick was mentoring me.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That's what it was. That's what it was. I mean, would you or could you?
You know what I mean? She was aligning my chakras.
Yeah, my spirit counselor.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
So,
Ayesha Curry is big on, women being covered up, looking meek, having yourself together. Do you think that has an impact on her looking desirable?
No, I don't think so. I think this nowadays too is like, all right, she's married to Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. You know, as a guy, you're like, all right, man, Steph Curry's one of the best NBA players. Cool dude.
It's like, I'm gonna holler at this nigga.
It's kind of like
that nigga's mad cool. Like, what? It's a testament to how good Steph Curry's treating his lady.
Exactly. She's a married woman. He's a good dude. So it's like, all right, why I'm gonna look at a married woman? It's not like I'm a snatcher,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like she's gonna give me that time of the day. So you don't really pay attention to that.
What does it matter?
You know? So
a lot of it has to do with Steph Curry. So when a lot of people heard what Ayesha Curry had to say, like there was all kind of foolish. Like we listened to a YouTube channel today, right? And what was the girl saying?
First of all, it pissed me off, and she says that she feels that, I think that maybe the reason that people don't look at Ayesha Curry is because she does, live by this thing where she feels as though if you're married, you're supposed to wear more clothing. And so basically she was saying because Ayesha wears clothes and covers up all the time, that's why I meant,
I have to disagree on
woman.
That was a woman.
And there were a lot of people who said variations of she needs some dick.
Yeah.
She need attention.
Yeah.
She's always talking about covering up, but now she want people to look at her. So as men, how did you guys interpret it when you heard what she had to say?
Yeah. What was the first thing that came to your mind?
Insecure.
Bored.
Yeah, insecure.
Insecure and bored.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
but it is an insecurity, right?
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be because like you're married with kids, and obviously you're happy with your husband,
right?
So where's this coming from? Why the only attention I think she would need is from Steph Curry.
And she mentioned that he gets a lot of attention. Right. So how do you think that plays into it?
Because it's with women, it's different. Like guys, we like, all right, cool. We look. I'm not gonna snatch her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's women, they're like, look, all I gotta do is try and get him to slip up once, at least. Yeah. I get him to slip up once.
Automatic payday.
I get pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. I'm set for life.
Yeah. Happened to Dwayne Wade.
I'm set for life. So it's like it's a big difference.
I think you're right about the insecurity part, and I think that sometimes we, from the outside looking in, don't realize that even beautiful women experience that, because we sit here and we say, ma'am, you've been with this man since high school. Like you knew very early on that you probably would never have to work because of where his career was taking him. And you are extremely beautiful. I think she's a very pretty girl.
Yeah, she is.
You know what I mean? And so you have the life that most people envy. So, and we think that is enough for her to not be insecure and to be safe because she's had him for so long and he's a good guy. And I think it's unfair for us to put that on her. She's human.
And in reading around and just even thinking about myself, I mean, as a woman, women do like to feel desired. It doesn't mean that I'm lacking in my spouse or my husband or whatever relationship or whoever I'm fucking at the moment. Whatever the case, doesn't mean that there's a lack. It just means I just want to know people looking at me, that people find me attractive in general, not that I want to go anywhere or do anything. So when I was
realistically, right? And I think about this, and I think as women sometimes we're not honest. We're not truthful.
Right.
You think that Kim Kardashian is into fashion and she wears all of these amazing clothes just for her to just look in the mirror and twirl around and look at herself? No. She gauges how she feels based on people's response of what she has on. It's just natural. It's natural.
But that's what's an insecurity.
To an extent, but I think that based on the amount of control or balance you have of that. So if you allow it to take it to a place where you're compromising certain things, then yes.
It's gone too far.
It's gone too far. But I think it's something that we all feel, whether we want to admit it or not.
I mean, you guys never feel that way?
You never felt insecure?
So like you walk in, let's say you single, you got your dick, you slinging it all through the Tri-County.
I don't sling it. I don't
Splash. Okay. And like you don't go out, like, I'm just saying, I know Ali, I know you're married, but I mean you were single. You're a single man at one point. I mean, did you not want bitches to be checking you?
Yeah. Especially I think even more now being married, you want to see if you still got it, player.
You don't think about I'm not saying that you want to act on it.
No, because my wife is kind of crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, so
he said his wife is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so a chick can look at me all the way from the corner. Why that bitch looking at you? I don't know nothing. I don't even know.
This nigga looking at his shoes to the bar, like
so
shit, you know what
it's but not. I get where you come from.
Yeah,
you still want to see if you still got it.
Right,
you know
that's it. That's all it is.
Right.
Splash.
What's the question? Do I ever want to see if I still got it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really. Honestly speaking.
Oh gosh.
What? No.
I mean, but don't you know? I mean,
no.
Is that not a real feeling that people have?
I guess. But when you step out or whatever the case is, and your shit is put together, and you get compliments like that's all you need. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I made the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's all you really need. Like, but other than that, like somebody trying to see what you up to or try to be in your inbox and whatever the case is, like that's.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's all about what you want. If you don't really want that shit, then it don't matter to you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What motivates you.
Right.
But I think that's where a little bit of what you said does play in as well, being bored. Because if she was, maybe more busy, she wouldn't have the time.
She wouldn't even be thinking about stuff like that. Like if she, like all the other whatever housewives, like if she had a shoe line, makeup line, whatever line, You know what I mean?
She has
does do a lot of stuff.
She has a cooking show. I believe she even have a cooking.
She needs something else to do.
You
She's
know,
worried about
what I
other
think
people's opinions.
She was never, how you guys will say, liberated.
Nah.
She never went to a liberated phase because she been with Steph since high school.
Here we go.
You see what I'm talking about?
But this is what people were saying is that she needed to get dick down, basically.
But do you think people need to go through a trial phase?
A sexually liberation phase?
Meaning, like, maybe they were holding back.
I think so.
I think so, because it's like, how do you know what you truly want if you never?
So then why she can't explore that with her husband though?
It's different. It's still the same person. It's about learning and experiencing different personalities and feeling different things. There's certain feelings and there's certain places in her vaginal area that her husband can't touch, no matter how much money he has. Or there's certain things that maybe he's not going to feel comfortable doing, maybe because of his upbringing. So she's always going to be forced to just have to deal with the capacity of what he can give her. She's never going to be able to push those limits with anybody else because she's been married since high school or with him since high school.
I think when I get married, like, with the exception of a few things, that I push all limits. Like, if my lady wanna dress up in furry costumes, we dressing up in furry costumes. You know what I'm saying?
But that's to piggyback what Jodie said. She do have a point, because if you see, Steph Curry got that whole Christian background, right? Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the video that Ayesha released on Instagram where she had like the eggplant
emoji.
Stuff. Yeah, emoji toy. And she was pushing Steph, and you could see he was uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right. You know, so it's kind of like, you know, so he might not be as sexually adventurous and, you know, want to do a lot of things.
She might want to get fucked in the ass. And
he like, man, I don't want that. I don't want to get doodle on my dick. Right, you know what I'm saying? So it might...
She might want him to spit on it. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, so it's you can tell that she's more
trying to be
reserved.
Yeah,
he's reserved. And she wants to be more outgoing.
He's more conservative than she is.
So I was reading something on HuffPost.com. So the title of the article was "What Women Really Want." It's written back in 2014. It says the individual psyche of the woman is particularly important to her expression of sensuality. To be desirable, to desire, she must be separate from her husband. She must have a sense of herself. She must know at a visceral level the presence and power of her beauty. What do y'all think about that? A woman wants to be wanted. She wants to be longed for, lusted after,
absolutely,
and fantasized about.
Absolutely.
Women want that.
Let me tell you something. Sex starts way before penetration. Sex starts way before you even touch a woman. It starts from that mental phase of making that woman feel desired. And it also helps with the sexual performance of a woman, because when you know that you're with someone that truly appreciates every ounce, inch, there's nothing to hold you back.
Right.
There's nothing to hold you back. So you put in and you give it all. And you feel good as a woman when you can be vulnerable. I think the best relationship and the best sex that I've ever had was in a situation where the vulnerability was gone. There was nothing to hold back. That's important. It's important.
So with all that you said, then does that then stem from her marriage?
I don't think she can. If he's not willing or open or makes her feel uncomfortable bringing it up and talking about certain things, I think it's gonna hold back. Let me tell you something. Here's another thing I was thinking as well too. And a lot of people get caught up in relationships with people that are just really fucking nice,
right?
And they do a lot for you. I mean, he's giving her the life that most women can only imagine,
right?
Maybe he's whack as fuck in bed. You know what I mean? Maybe she's so sexually frustrated.
She's
a
craving something.
She's craving something. That could be what it is. Maybe he really is not able to perform and give her what she needs. But that conversation she probably won't ever have.
So that could be where the sexual liberation comes in. Maybe if she would have had that ability to explore at some point, it may have touched on those
She wouldn't
things
have been
that she
married
fantasized.
She wouldn't have been married to him.
She wouldn't have been married today. If she had done that, she wouldn't have been married.
If it's destined, I feel like if it was destined,
if it's destined, yeah. But
True.
no, dog. If that was really the case, she wouldn't have been married.
She wouldn't. Or she would have been in a place where she's so comfortable and confident in herself because she knows what she likes. and she is willing to try to get him to that level as well.
Right.
And I think that has happened. I think it's happened where a man that maybe wasn't as sexually liberated got into a relationship with a woman that was, and it balanced things out, and they got to a place where it worked for them, you know. But does that happen all the time? No, unfortunately.
That's where that communication comes along.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta be able to communicate. You know?
So, also heard things about maybe she should have just kept that to herself. That should have been a private conversation.
Agreed.
But, there's a balance because the red table talk is about expressing yourself and being vulnerable and letting your insecurities out. So maybe that's why she felt comfortable saying those things and speaking that way. I mean, even in front of his mother. His mother was there.
Right there.
So it shows how free she felt in her ability to communicate. So you could only hope.
She's also known for that. The little bit of research that I did, I think that's when she does get in trouble, it's because she's very outspoken.
Yes, I don't think communication is a problem.
She probably says too much. Yeah. Like, you signed up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You was in high school. You see this nigga shooting in the gym. You signed up for it. You knew he was going to the NBA. His dad was in the NBA. It's inevitable. He's been being watched since high school, and that's what you signed up for. Steph was probably like, listen, yes, I can have all them other hoes, but I want somebody that's wholesome.
Yeah.
And
I want you. Sound like Steph Curry gonna be dropping a Lemonade album soon.
But when we say, and I hear this a lot, where people say this is what you signed up for. I don't know that people sign up for disrespect. Maybe I signed up for, what his life would bring us, but the disrespect. I mean, she talks about from other women. So when you say sign up for, is that what you're talking about? Other women coming at him because she did mention.
I'm not talking about that, but that is part of the game.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what's gonna happen.
There's been plenty of other basketball wives before her. There's been plenty of other famous relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When somebody is famous, like, even we know when somebody's famous,
you get hit on.
They gonna have fans.
I think that's part of the extra layer for her because she's seeing so much of this where women are hitting on him left and right, don't care if he's married or not. It just is what it is, and they expect her to kind of take it because this is what you signed up for. But how would you feel like if you were in a situation where, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on celebrity
was
level.
Was she saying that was a problem for her? Because I could have sworn she said someplace that it wasn't necessarily so much that the girls hit on him. She said, because I know that he's a really sweet guy. He's a really good person.
He just talks to everybody. And he's friendly with everybody.
What she did have an issue with is she said that she had a problem when people would come around and he wouldn't introduce her. So, and she said it a few times. That is a problem for me.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when Nancy and I first started dating, I said to her, I think people expect because you are outspoken, so I can understand maybe why Steph felt that way. He's like, oh, this is my wife. She's gonna always be the one that's gonna speak the most in the room. So maybe he just assumed that an introduction wasn't needed. But at the end of the day, I'm still your wife, and I think she wanted that, and she made that very clear.
Yeah, he messed up on that.
Yeah, so that makes it even more difficult because it's like you're not even publicly acknowledging me, and I gotta deal with these hoes being disrespectful. So I think that was the issue.
What were you thinking?
I was gonna say. I wouldn't say necessarily that he has to publicly acknowledge her. Like, that's just.
It's his wife. He's married. Everybody knows.
Right. Yeah. That's just weird
in a
to me,
setting though.
But if we're going out and you're with people,
if we're going out as a couple and I'm meeting people that you don't,
wife, that's what I mean when I say publicly, because everybody knows that's your wife. But to verbalize,
yeah, no, he's definitely wrong with that. But other than that, like, come on, like, you complaining because you're not getting hollered at? Like,
so do you think men?
Sounds weird.
Do you think men ever find themselves like these celebrity men who are with, or these men who are with these big women? Maybe like, what's his name? Scav BZ SB, who was with Nicki Minaj. Do you think he ever felt like he wanted to be
Safari?
Okay.
What?
Scav? I know what she meant. That's why I said Safari.
That's his
SB.
That's why I said Nicki Minaj all out.
Safari.
I didn't know.
What do I think?
Safari.
What, Safari being the wingman?
Obviously, it was a problem for him.
When you have this, when you're,
that's why one of the reasons they broke up. No,
they were together for 10 years.
A man who is next to a really big, influential female. Do you think men would ever fall into that sort of insecurity? Do you guys look at things differently?
I think it depends on how
like, I don't think men would have that problem at all.
Yeah, because it's like, if she's winning, you winning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, depends on the man.
And it should be the opposite. It should be the same way for the opposite.
Yeah,
like I'm winning, you're winning.
It's our win. A win is a win.
Yeah,
because we're a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, a win is a win. But I don't think men would have that problem because chicks are shady, dog. Like, yo, they see you with an established chick, they're gonna try to holler at you anyway. Right. So men wouldn't have that problem. They're not gonna have a drought. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they're probably like, yo, I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, respect my lady, I'm good. They don't, that other shit, nah. I don't see that happen.
But so we're just wired differently. But we just wired differently.
No, yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Nigga, think about it, right? If you at work and whatever, you're at work and you're just being yourself, a chick is gonna gravitate towards you because you're just a naturally good person.
Yeah, just a whole yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just be a naturally good person.
You ain't gotta be a whole man.
Yeah, I know. You are shaming me. I don't appreciate it. That those are derogatory words, and that cuts deep. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Carl.
It's all right.
I got you, man.
I know.
She changed. She changed.
I know. I know. She's in the biz now.
Yeah, she's in the biz. Yeah.
That's how they act when they're in the biz. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Ayesha Curry.
Not even. Not even. Wendy Williams. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Wendy Williams.
That's all right. It's okay.
I didn't mean to laugh. I was laughing.
What happened?
I didn't.
Wait a second. You guys are laughing at her shaming me?
No.
This is what we're doing?
What had the world come to?
You try to slut shame me?
Wow. I didn't.
Wow. You called me a hoe.
Well, I'm just saying, like, as in the hoes would be attracted to you. As in the whole you're the magnet. The hoes are coming towards you, so you're not the hoe.
Wow.
They
Why do I have to be a whole magnet?
The women
Why do
are
these
hoes.
ladies have to be hoes?
Maybe because you're attractive.
No,
maybe
but
your
they don't.
tights are too pants. They saw you. I don't know.
Hey,
or you might be doing that little whole secret handshake. So
you gotta do the secret handshake.
When he goes up to women and
you hug them from the side so they get
you understand what I'm saying?
You hug them from the side.
I mean, smash water. So, Smash Waters, I was rooting for you right up until Splash. I was rooting for you right up until the handshake.
Hello.
Black men don't
As I said.
Yeah, I know. Black men don't cheat.
Well, good. Don't cheat.
We don't cheat.
But that still doesn't mean that you're not a hoe magnet. Or
no.
I mean, you know, women are attractive.
Yes, women.
But still, no. You can't. Like, you cannot. That has nothing to do with me. That they're attracted to me. That's not my fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
people don't put out vibes like a signal, like, "Hey, here I am. I'm single. Come and fuck me."
I could honestly say, never in my life, I've never ever said that. Right? Never. And
you haven't done one of these things.
No.
She really thinks that you intentionally wear your pants a little bit tighter so the girls can see that you got a big old dick.
I do that. I wear extra tight. I wear extra tight.
He had these maroon pants that he bought, Jodie. Honestly,
put the bitches on. My neck is like. I was like, yo, these are just tight as fuck.
So who we wearing those for? You know when the bitches wear the tight shit so their ass is popping. The nigga said he was going up the elevator. Bitches was looking at ass and no wonder.
Yeah.
You gotta stick that leg out.
Not even, yo. I was walking around the call center, right? They was like, how you doing?
Hello.
Wow.
Niggas be out here tripping.
My homegirl was like, you know they can see your dick, right?
That nigga got a formula, okay?
I was like, really?
And all the hoes came out that day. Is what I'm saying.
I went to Express that night and bought 4 pairs of pants the same size.
He did, guys. He did.
Oh my God.
This is what happens.
Oh my God.
People like to feel desired. They want to know that they can draw some attention to themselves.
Yeah.
Whether they wear tight pants or not, fully clothed or not.
Right.
You know, married or not.
Right.
You see these gray hairs? I still got it.
Guys,
Nah, it's not even gray. My bad.
Let's talk about why you gray.
This platinum.
Are we gonna talk about that?
We can talk about it. Absolutely. Stress the fuck out. Like, honestly, I could probably say for 2017, I probably damn near lost my mind.
Wow.
All just aside.
Wow.
But you gotta go through hell to appreciate life, right?
That was deep.
So you know what, I will say that I don't think you know how empowering it was for you to even just be able to say that. I think that black men have so much pressure on them that they feel uncomfortable saying, you know what, this shit is fucking hard and I am stressed the fuck out, you know, and being able to say that honestly is the first step in a form of mental health, you know, and healing. You know, and being able to move forward.
You definitely got to go through. You got to go through shit. You know what I'm saying?
And acknowledge that you're going through.
Yeah, without a doubt. You definitely have to experience you got to experience some fucked up shit. Like, yo, my shit is fucked up in order to rebuild your shit the way you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You can have like messed up relationships, messed up job, whatever. Like once you go through it, and you look back at it, you're like, yo, I don't want it to be like that. You got to take the decision. And
so you know what you don't want.
Right. You already know what you don't want.
Yeah.
Like, you got to look at it like, this shit is whack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then build up from there.
Yeah. So I hear, I mean, so all in all, clearly a huge insecurity that Ayesha Curry has. A lot of shit that she might want to really talk to her husband about. Stuff you might want to dig her down. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be part of the issue, or it may not be. You know, maybe she's bored.
Yeah.
You know, like
I think it's definitely a sprinkle of the boredom because I do, even like I said with myself, you know, me being so busy, it definitely distracts me.
Yeah.
You know, just from anything, any kind of fuckery going on, period. I'm like, wait, fuckery? I ain't got time.
Right.
Like, so whatever it is. So I think that definitely helps with it. I know she does her book stuff, but when you think about it, when you have money on that level, how much are you actually involved in the production and putting together? She might just show up to meetings
a lot
and
of people
say,
hey, do this, do that.
Yes, do this, do that.
She just need an Etsy page. She'll be all right. Bro, just get yourself busy, man. Like when you doing stuff and you working towards something, you're not thinking about like sexual activities. You know what I'm saying? Because you're thinking about like, yo, I can make money from this, or this is gonna make such and such better, or you know what I'm saying? Like she's just not busy enough. She got too much time on her hands.
Yeah.
So the greats. I lead the greats. You're married, right?
That's my dog. That's my dog right here. That's my dog.
Okay. All right. We established
always
that.
An example. Always an example.
Okay. We established that. Great. So you're married, right?
Yes.
How would you feel if you, or maybe this does happen to you, that your wife got a lot of public attention? So you're walking with her and guys aren't even acknowledging that you're there because they're just so fixated on whatever she got going on, whether it's a fat ass or whatever. How would you feel about that? Honestly.
Great.
Why?
Shit, because it's coming home to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Look at all you want. I'm about to tap that later.
And niggas in Miami is mad disrespectful.
And like, I'm a type of guy. Look, I'm a type of guy, like, you know, if I go to a store and let's say the guy who's we're going to the butcher shop, whatever, and the guy who's cutting up the meat think my wife's attractive.
You gonna step away so you can get that meat?
I'm gonna step away.
Get that discount.
Go get that extra meat and that discount. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm comfortable.
Right.
You know?
You're secure in your relationship.
I'm secure. Yeah, I'm secure in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? I know what I do. I know what she does. So it's kind of like, I'm not worried about that.
Right.
You know, because if you sit there and you worry about it every day, it's gonna
drive you fucking crazy.
It's gonna drive you nuts, and it's gonna actually bring problems into your relationship. Yeah. You're gonna fall into assumptions, and assumptions are always wrong.
Women's logic.
And then, you know,
well, not always, because women, we have a thing.
90% assumptions.
Intuition.
It's a sixth sense.
We have intuition, and we know bullshit
when we see it.
When we see it.
Hey, like the great Jay-Z say, women lie, men lie, but numbers don't.
Listen,
I like to deal with facts.
How they gonna do?
Okay,
what they gonna do?
Right.
I'm waiting for you to bridge
you
that
can't
together
assume
so I can
something. You gotta
understand
have
correlation
evidence.
because I'm lost.
Right.
I'm lost.
Not only that, like I believe in what you focus on manifests itself. Like if you keep focusing on this
they
nigga,
kept focused on cheating, so then you fell and slipped your dick into pussy. I got it.
No. But you know, I don't fall into it. I don't fall into it. So anyway, I don't fall into it.
Moment, guys.
Introduce with the handshake. You know what I mean?
Hey, if you chase, it's a sin. It falls in your lap. It's a blessing.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Rick Ross.
You know what I'm saying?
Rick Ross.
Nah,
Rick Ross.
Yeah. Hey.
Wow.
Now, you know, when a woman, right? Women have a tendency of, you know, maybe they might be insecure for some of this or whatever the case is, blaming men for cheating. Sometimes a dude's not even cheating. You know, let's say, all right, I have a close friend and she's a girl, right? We mad cool, you know, and now, you know, because maybe our friendship, you might feel a certain way because of our level of friendship. You might think something's going on, but actually nothing's going on. So now you're assuming that cheat.
Now, probably episode 16 or 15 or 16,
and
I think we talked about that.
Just put it, down there, whatever episode that was. Just put it down there.
Blaming a dude that he's cheating, to the point where you start acting like he's cheating. So you treat him like if he already cheated when he never did.
Guilty.
So now it's to dude head. He's like, all right,
I might as well cheat anyway.
Yeah, she act like I'm cheating. She said I'm cheating. Hey, why not?
Logic.
So let me ask you a question.
And that ain't the right way to think, but
it's not the right way to think, but that's
just
common.
like we may think certain things and have different
Right.
points of view and how we see things as women. So with that,
get him.
Huh?
I know you're about to say. Go
Wait,
ahead.
what I'm gonna say?
When he was talking about this friend that he has, that's a female friend, and he's a married man,
right?
And that his wife might be uncomfortable with it, that they're not even cheating.
So I would think it's does she have the conversation with you? Did she say, "Look, I know you have this friendship with XYZ a hoe, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I know you said you guys are friends, but I would rather if you don't."
Let me ask. Now, there's two things to that, right?
Okay.
First off, most of the time that conversation never happened. The assumption happened before the conversation. When you start seeing the attitude, you start asking, what's wrong? Nothing. Oh, you should already know what's wrong because we're mind readers now. Right? Well,
that's what we think.
So, yeah, because that's how it is. Women logic.
No.
So now,
nobody's thinking like that.
That's how the problem comes. So when you eventually have that conversation, which normally is typically an argument before the conversation ever happened, that's how you typically find out there was a problem.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Or two, if you grew up with somebody, right? Let's say this person.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to interject. I have to disagree with you.
What?
Here's
yes.
why.
Go ahead.
Because as women, you could have the conversations and niggas still ignore, or the man that you're
that's
with,
where I was
or the
going
woman
with
that
point
you're
two.
However,
still ignores the way that you feel.
Even before that, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be paying attention. You should know that there happens to be, whenever you're going out with this particular person, this is how I'm reacting, or your wife is reacting. Right. If you're following those trends and you're paying attention to your wife, she is right. You should not have to ask, why am I upset? Because I only get this way when you tell me that you're going to go hang out with your best friend, Samantha.
But you see the thing with dudes, we don't like to assume.
So why are you playing dumb, and why are you not saying, babe,
it's not a
I'm
matter of playing
noticing
dumb.
that every time I go out with Samantha, that you have this attitude. Is there something you want to talk about? And sometimes that within itself. Now I'm just saying, this is a relationship. What
do you mean? There's something you want to talk about?
But it's not. You see, the thing is, guys, we don't like to assume. We like to know. All right,
that's not an assumption.
Let's say, okay, right?
Time out before you even say that. We don't want to assume two things. We don't want to assume, and we don't want to incriminate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we probably already did some fucked up shit that you're mad at us about, but you haven't said, right? So we're not gonna open up a can of worms and be like, are you mad at me for not taking the garbage out this week? Are you mad at me for, you know what I'm saying?
Running through a list of shit.
Right, let's just go straight to the point. Like, why are you mad? Like, what's the problem? What happened?
I'm uncomfortable when you hang out with these people because I think they're a bunch of whores.
So why is it, all right, let me ask you a question. Why is it a problem for a woman to just come out and say, okay, look, before she even get mad at the attitude or any of that stuff,
why she
look, I don't like your relationship with such and such.
Okay.
I know you grew up with this person been your friend for years, whatever the case is, let's compromise. Let's change certain things. This is what I don't like. And, now you're having a conversation.
Right.
So,
and now you could, but instead of just, having that conversation, it's like, all right, she mad. You know what I'm saying? You reach, when you get home, you try to reach over and she just do that little roll over, like, nah, nigga, you ain't getting none tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what happened? Now, as a man, you sitting there thinking like, what the hell did I do?
Right.
Now you looking at every single thing from the week, from the day. You're like, okay.
You came in at a reasonable hour.
I came back at a reasonable hour. I called her. I did I pay that bill? I did pay that bill. So now you're thinking, it's so much different things that you're thinking. And it's like, you don't know, and you guys will hold it. Some of you guys will hold it to like 4 or 6 months later.
I mean,
and just build, and just blow. Go ahead, Wendy.
So that's hard for me, only because I
communicate. I was going to say that.
So that's a little difficult. While and also to the point of not wanting to say something, sometimes initially it's about, you know what, I don't want to start an argument, or I don't want you to constantly say I'm nagging, because you know women always get that nag thing, because we generally are the ones that say, look, you did some shit and I'm not happy with it, because we're always communicating, you know. So sometimes it's just, is this the fight that I want? You know, do I want to start with this? But once it gets, you choose your battles. Yeah. But once it gets to a point where, okay, I'm showing you what I thought were signals or signs that I'm uncomfortable, for those people who don't want to communicate it. You didn't check out for me. It's been consistent. Clearly, you guys do not read patterns or behavior related to such patterns, clearly. So you're not picking it up. But I expect you to pick it up and say, look, you know, is there something going on? Are you uncomfortable every time I go with Samantha, XYZ, a hoe? Like, is there something that we need to talk about? And then when you do have that conversation and she tells you she's uncomfortable, then what? Are you that guy who's willing to compromise, or are you that guy who is stubborn and says, look, it is what it is. This is my friends. Deal with it. Or
you got to compromise. You know, I mean, it all depends on where you're at in that relationship too.
But you don't want to compromise too much though.
You can't
because this that communication thing. So I really want to go back to that, and I think it's important because exactly what you said, as far as the way that a woman should, or if a woman communicated this way, it would make it easier to come to that resolve. A lot of women don't know how to communicate. A lot of people don't know how to communicate. And it has to do with something that maybe happened in their past or previous relationships. So then it's a matter of knowing your demographic, which in this case is your wife, and understanding that you're not going to get these conversations from her. And but still being able to address those issues based on her cues. Again, that's wanting to go back to that.
You know, one thing I'll piggyback just what you just said, because like you could be with somebody for, let's say, 60 years. Me with the type of job I do, I meet couples that have been together for 70 years, 60 years, or whatever the case is. And, you know, I ask them. I talk to them like,
Ali sells health insurance, if you know anybody that needs health insurance.
Yeah, so I ask them, you know, what's working for you, you know, you know, someone tell them like, look, you know, we just know what poison to pick, what poison works, and compromise.
Pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, pick and choose your battles, right? And they're like, look, I had a woman tell me, she'll like, we've been together for 60 years and I'm still learning them. You see what I'm talking about? So you're still learning. You know, I feel like a marriage is just basically got two different worlds that's trying to combine to become one.
Right.
So the combination is going to have a whole bunch of different battles and wars.
Right.
You know, so it's...
And not to mention, people change over time.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, people change.
Yeah. So you're always going to learn. So this person might change this person, you know, so you could compromise, but you got to be able to compromise to a point where it's not, you're not losing yourself.
You don't lose yourself.
Right.
You know, because if you're losing yourself, you're in a relationship. I'm compromising this. I'm compromising that.
You're not compromising.
Now, you're the only person. Copy. Yeah, you're changing to exactly what this person wants, and you're no longer yourself.
Right.
So now you're not happy. You're uncomfortable.
But then I don't even feel like that's compromise, because compromise is a little give and take. You know, like giving too much means you gave too much. Right. You gave everything. So what is really compromise? What is true compromise? What is true balance, where, you know, you guys can kind of find a way to see eye to eye and have some sort of amicable resolution? So it may not even be, you know what, I don't want you to just stop seeing Samantha. I know that's your friend. I know that y'all been down for a long time, but why don't you just have her come by the house instead of you guys going out together? Or
it's kind of hard.
Can
I
come with you?
I mean, it's kind of hard to invite people over, especially if she refers to them as hoes all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Or she feels a certain way about that person.
I want to say, for the record,
you know,
every woman is out there that Carl. I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
right. No, right.
But it's
but also sometimes you can catch a vibe, and it's like, okay, I know you said that you guys were friends, but why does it feel like there's some past sexual tension?
But is that a vibe, or is that like the insecurity?
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
Really,
it's a vibe.
You know, because like. Look, all right.
If it looks like a duck and looks like a duck,
no relationship is perfect, right?
Right.
I can tell you, my relationship is not perfect.
But why would you want to be friends with someone that causes so much rift in your marriage? And that was what that episode was when we had the podcast. When we were talking about husbands.
What's worth it? What's more worth it?
Right.
You with your wife, and you guys come together as one and say we're moving forward.
The very important thing is, before you was married, before you got married to him, he had that friend.
You was also fucking hoes before you got married to her,
but was
you
he
don't do
fucking
that
her?
Or was he fucking her?
Was he fucking her?
You know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes in situations.
So now, let me tell you. I have homegirls. I literally have homegirls, right? I'm so cool with them. I literally sometimes forget that they girls. Seriously, like I treat them like a dude because that's how we talk and we communicate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't even see them in that light or fashion.
You're not thinking about them like that.
You're not thinking about them like that. It's like it's no. And then plus, it's like one of the boys. You know, so it's like.
Like you got to deal with some special type of karma if you introduce a chick to your lady and you fuck with that chick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
People do that all the time.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is like
common.
I understand that, but what I'm saying
is an anomaly.
But that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, but it's
reality though.
But we're not talking about
wrong.
We're not talking about. Well, what I'm saying is like you could
do
it. Like people do that, but if you know your mate and you know your mate is pouring everything into you, they're trying to satisfy your every needs, and like you're all they're concerned about, then you should know that they're not concerned with all the other stuff.
But I know personally because I have been there. I have had full-blown relationships that were going very well, but just because of who I was at that time, I was still fucking around. So it happens. There are people.
Out. But that's what you chose to do.
But but because I know that I'm capable of it, I know that there are a lot of other people that are capable of it.
But that doesn't mean that the other person that you're dealing with is doing it. That's what you chose to do.
That's where the assumption coming.
And because you chose to do it, that's your own personal being.
Now you're
so that's her own personal bias.
That's because, and you're putting that on that other person. That's not fair to the other person.
But it's also a lot of it too. Also has to do with the fact that I pay attention to red flags differently. You know, whereas I'm not gullible like a lot of these chicks out here.
Nah,
I'm sorry,
but how you know it's a red flag?
How you know it's a red flag?
Majority of the time,
because a lot of times, so when you think about psychology is about behavior, and the reason why they can study it is because there's so many people that do the same thing. It's patterns. That's what the red flags are. Their behavior. So you have the behavioral traits of a motherfucking dog. Okay, so red flag.
That's not true.
That's not.
That's not. I disagree.
But what I'm saying is,
because behavior gonna change. Like, because that person,
people change.
You're gonna grow.
Yeah, people evolve.
The only way your behavior don't change is if you're not growing.
That's true. So what we're saying here is two things can be true.
You can be
one, you can be exhibiting the behaviors, and two, you're probably not doing anything.
Yeah.
All we're saying is that two things can be true in this
but
instance.
The assumptions
but you really don't know until you have a conversation, and then I think.
But you can't assume it though.
You can't assume.
I think the bigger problem is trust.
It's one thing to assume, but they can't be guilty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like without any evidence.
Yeah,
like,
and you punish them.
You already saying that you're guilty. They cheating because they came in late. You don't even know
you've
why
already
they
been
came
executed.
In late. Like
in the shower. Like I'm already in the shower having a conversation and killed you.
Yeah, like we didn't even talk about it. You mad? Because the nigga came in at 12:01. Like, nah, that can't happen.
Because only hoes come in at 12:01.
Right.
No, but I'm saying, like, this is what we're thinking. Like, some crazy shit.
But he was outside talking to his homeboy in front of the house.
He came in at 12:01 because Dutch pot line was hella fucking long and he brought you something to eat.
You know, like, it's a lot of different reasons, you know? Or maybe I'll plan something secretly for you.
Right.
You know, so now you think I'm sneaking, but I'm planning something for you.
You're out with your friends. You don't get in contact. You know, like there may be, or you could be out and you're extra flirtatious with someone.
Yes.
You know, there's different things that give off different vibes.
But how do you know I'm extra flirtatious if you're not with me right now?
Maybe because of the
so you're assuming.
But it has a lot to do with the friends.
It's like
that you
Ayesha
hang around
Curry
with.
talking about her husband, Steph Curry, how he's extra friendly with people.
Yeah.
You have some people who are naturally flirtatious.
Yes.
You
But
know,
friendly and flirtatious is two different things.
It's a thin line.
He's being himself,
bro. It is a thin line, but if you do it, then you're friendly. But if he does it, you're flirtatious. Like,
no,
I understand, but
it's how it's
friendly and
taken.
flirtatious. No, but
it's how it's taken.
Is it how it's taken or how it's perceived?
That too.
This is a man that's a role
come on,
model.
that can't be. That can't be.
He's under a microscope for every little thing that he does. Right?
Right.
Him being just a genuine good person, that's how he was brought up, that's how he was raised, that's how she met him. Why is it now it's flirtatious?
Right.
Just for him to be nice and polite.
I don't think she was ever accusing him with that.
No, I said I'm talking about two different things. I said someone who's overly friendly and also someone who's flirtatious. I said Steph Curry is friendly. Like that was part of because she said that he didn't kind of know when enough was enough with certain conversations with people, and he would just go on and on and on because he's a very friendly person. Right. Then you have some people who are naturally flirtatious. They just happen to have that sort of vibe and personality. I mean, everywhere Jodie goes, she's touching someone's ass. Does that mean she fucking him? No.
Well, if she touching ass, she's flirtatious.
That's
now I'm gonna go back to what Carl said before. You just being yourself at times. You just being nice. Good morning. Hold the door for somebody. Hold the elevator for somebody.
How was your weekend?
Just
regular shit.
Just regular conversation. She might, just because that.
I know you're thinking, why the fuck you want to know how their weekend was?
Well, I'm just giving you if you have work,
women logic.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you have work, this is a coworker that you're sitting right next to every single day, 8 hours a day. You talk about, like, all right, let's say I have a coworker, right? And like, oh, they asked me, female coworker, how's your weekend? I did this with the family. I did this with my kids. Da 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 da. She'll tell me, oh, she did this with her husband, whatever the case. You see what I'm talking about? So that's mutual conversation.
Are you guys having conversation about sex?
No, we have a conversation about family.
It's always about family, friends, but you don't dive across the lines.
We joke around. No,
he's not going to admit that.
Talking or joking about sex, because that's where it really goes.
He's not going to admit that he's married.
So talking about sex is flirtation?
Now, I'm not saying.
Ooh,
that's a very good question. Because you could, let me tell you, let's put it this way, right?
What? I'm asking. It's talking about.
I'm saying. They don't even know the difference.
But hold on. It's talking about sex flirtatious.
I think it's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate.
I think it's inappropriate.
I mean, sitting here now, I know that Jodie eats ass.
So I guess Jodie is flirting.
Was Jodie flirting?
Jodie, are you flirting?
Are you flirting, Jodie?
Nancy, get here, come get her. Jodie's flirting. She's flirting. She's having an inappropriate conversation with us.
Inappropriate.
Wow.
I told her that I like to eat
anytime.
ass.
I got your back.
So
Wendy, calls my boy.
He said no that you swallow cum.
Don't disrespect me like that, Wendy.
You're flirting.
Why you coming at me like that?
Flirting with my man.
Why you coming at me like that, Wendy? Come on, man.
What just
and you doing it in front of him right
Disrespect.
now.
Oh shit.
Disrespect.
Show the man some respect.
Well, this is a podcast. This is entertainment. We're not talking about personal conversations that you have with your whole friends. Okay.
Oh, so now it's different.
Right? Of course it's different. It's women's logic.
She's correct.
Clearly,
the venue that
women's
you're on,
logic.
it's podcast.
It's my game. I make the rules.
Okay. It's what I say is right.
Right.
It's what I say is right.
Who are they?
Right.
Where did you find them?
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, that's what we're blaming it on.
The world changes.
We're wired differently. We think and feel differently.
You're cheating. You tie your right shoe first. You used to tie your left shoe first. Put your pants on like that. Oh, you trying to be cute? You trying to be cute?
Why are you trying to be cute?
Why you wearing burgundy pants? Right. When I see those burgundy pants, I'm burning them. Why you wearing a tie to work?
Come on.
Oh, we wearing blazers now? Oh, really? Really? Oh.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
But I expect you to grow too.
Yeah.
I expect you to grow and evolve.
I feel like I'm being attacked. Wait a minute. Pause. Nancy, stop. Okay. Jodie and I did admit, that we do take it to extreme at times, and they say, "Oh, Nancy got her ass tooted and booted over there because she's a hoe, and that's what she does on a regular basis from 12 to 5 o'clock when Jodie's not around."
Why are you slut shaming?
I'm just saying.
Why are you slut shaming Nancy?
What I'm saying
Nancy is nothing but an angelic scholar.
Yes. A beautiful soul.
Y'all see Nancy in the club?
Yes.
These hoes be jumping all over her.
A queen.
Nancy ain't telling him to jump.
Clearly she was sending some sort of
it ain't clear. It ain't clear. Nancy just sitting there. That's it.
Come on now.
So what we said
she's speaking eye language?
We know that we're a little, out there in our thinking at times. However, but it's all in all a compliment to like a Nancy or the people that it's a compliment because we know that you're attractive. We know that people desire you. We know that you're wanted. Not to say that you're really out there fucking. Not really say that you're really hoe. Because would I be fucking with you if you was a hoe? No. Would I be fucking with you if you was out there fucking a bunch of other people? No. It's our crazy way of saying that you're hot as fuck, and we think everybody wants to fuck you because we want to fuck you.
Yeah. Hashtag,
that's how we feel.
Hashtag women's logic. Ask these nuts. Thank you very much.
These nuts.
Hashtag women's logic. Put that in the chat. They're giving us some good shit.
Well, I can't hear them.
Oh, because they knocked out your cord.
Oh, okay.
I think they did it on purpose.
She tried to mute us, guys. She tried to mute us. Trying to set us up.
Wait, what was that again? Hashtag
women's
logic.
You know we forget.
Hashtag women's logic.
Hashtag women's logic. Ali, so
and being as though you're recording this, it's been documented. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but if we don't put it in the chat.
Or edit it. Wow.
Gotcha, host.
Yes.
Gotcha, host. Yes.
I'm a host.
Wow. Okay, before I forget. So what do you consider to be, Ali, appropriate sexual conversation?
Well, that's a trick question.
That's
you used the
up,
example of the fact that, well, then I guess you're flirting, Jodie, because I know that you eat ass. So what do you think would be appropriate sexual discussions or conversations
for your wife to be having with the next nigga
with another guy?
How was the weekend?
That's not sexual.
No, that's not sexual.
My point. Okay. My point.
So,
all right?
You're contradicting yourself.
The contradiction.
I'm not contradicting myself. You asked
you
him.
I said it. You said that flirt.
So does that mean that you don't have inappropriate meaning that you're not talking about, if you don't expect your wife to talk about sex?
No, I talk about everything. So
you know, we talk.
I already know like, she talk about everything.
We'll have sex conversation. Like me and my wife will have sex conversation. Like when she's right next to me, and we'll talk amongst friends, whatever.
Right.
We'll make jokes, whatever the case is.
I don't even want to be there for that conversation.
You know what I'm saying? We'll have like that type of joke around conversation. Like how we sitting here, we'll have conversations like that.
Right.
But I want to sit there with another woman. I don't care what woman it is. Let's say it's my homegirl, and just sit there and have a whole sexual conversation. Because number one, if she's with a dude, I'm disrespecting that dude, and I'm disrespecting my wife also.
Karma clean.
You see what I'm talking about? So it's kind of like
commendable guy. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
There's certain things you could do, with your wife. There's certain things you shouldn't do without your wife. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's like, I want to really have a sexual conversation with any other woman like that. My boys will clown around. That's guy talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with another woman, nah. I want to do that. That's just a line I want to be wanting to cross.
Okay. Well,
because I wouldn't want her to do it to me. So it's like, I'm not gonna do it to her. So because if she do it to me, I'm gonna be pissed. So I'm not gonna do it to her.
Yeah, I get the whole kind of doing a little bit more when you're with your partner. I do most of my flirtatious ways or conversations or smacking on the booty most of the time when I do them.
On the booty.
Grabbing the ass, titties.
I love
grabbing ass and titties.
Yes.
Damn, man.
But I think the Cuban understands this is who she is, right? So you talked about being yourself, being allowed to be yourself, and Jodie likes to grab ass.
Is it all right for the Cuban to smack ass and titties?
No.
Why not?
So
it's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
She doesn't do that.
She doesn't.
Wait. Pause. If she's grabbing ass and titties, if she's grabbing ass and titties, it's out of her character.
Yeah.
She's now just grabbing ass and titties to grab ass and titties because now all of a sudden she want to match Jodie's. And what is this, tit for tat?
No, it looks like an even playing field.
No. So first of all, let me address the fact that I am in a lesbian relationship. And in a lesbian relationship, Nancy is considered the dominant and I'm considered the femme. So when I do my flirtation and when I do my ass clapping, I slap other women that are feminine women's behind. So it's kind of like Wendy, never mind. So with Wendy,
no, do tell, please.
So if Wendy was to go out and she had homegirls and it was her personality and she's smacking on girls' butts or grabbing on their breasts or whatever the case may be, you're not going to be as offended because it's other women. Now, if she was to go around... or maybe, but for the most part, most men wouldn't be too thrown off by that, especially if he knows that's just her personality. Now, if Wendy decided that she wanted to start going around and grabbing on other niggas' dicks or bringing to the attention that a guy's dick has a big print and stuff like that, you wouldn't be comfortable with that. So that's the dynamic of Nancy and I. Now, if Nancy wants to, or one of her little stud girlfriends smack their booty or do all of that extra stuff, that's fine. But another feminine woman would be like Wendy complimenting and flirting with
Nancy
another
better
guy.
not be smacking no stud person ass. Like,
come on now, Nancy.
Nancy, if you gonna take an L, she better be having a fatty.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? If you gonna take an L, you gotta take an L. Not no stud.
Make sure that L is worth it.
I'm just saying. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people are like, but you guys are both girls. That's not fair. Nah,
it's not this right. It really is not the same.
It's the dynamic of it. It's not.
I mean, I touch your ass and titties all the time. It's not. What is that? Is that cheating? No, you just touch an ass and a titty. That's it. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go around and touch I mean, what do guys do? Like, y'all can't touch nothing. Keep your hands to yourself.
That's right.
I just shake their hand and that's it.
Shake their hand. Kiss on.
No, but you don't see a girl and her ass is like fat and you just like,
yeah.
No,
I do all the
time. I just shake their hand.
Yeah.
Oh, you just shake their hand.
I'm not looking at their asses.
Oh, you're not.
Eye contact.
At all times.
Good answer.
Eyes.
Great answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Yes. Guys, we are an hour and 14 minutes in.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
This has been deep. Did we discuss Alicia or what's her girl name?
Ayesha.
Yeah,
we talked about her. We talked about her
it.
insecurities.
But this was a really great conversation.
Yeah, it was.
I think I'm even more excited about having them on Gigi. Can you imagine them on Gigi live with us? That's gonna be
that's gonna be
epic.
Else.
That's gonna be epic. So guys,
thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming. We really appreciate the input.
Yes.
Thanks for having us. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. We learned so much.
Thank you.
Definitely. And I'll make sure that folks know where to follow you guys when I do the editing tricks and everything
just put it
later.
Don't tell down here, wherever it goes.
And for all the ladies out there, all the women in the world, if you want to know how the skin glows, ask Wendy.
What?
Don't spit, just swallow.
And there you have it, guys.
There you have it, guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You can find us on YouTube, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud.
Yes. Every other Thursday. 8:30 p.m.
8:30 p.m.
Make sure you check us out.
Guys, we are everywhere. And you want to know why?
We're taking over.
Bye, guys.
Bye. They're haters.
Shut the fuck up.
Really?
Wow.